Hi Sumit, in this video we're going to be learning how to draft a corset with a basque waistline. If you like to know how to make this, then you have to watch this video to the very end. My name is Veronica Adams Eze. Welcome to Vera Adams YouTube channel. Right here I've already marked from the shoulder line to the bust line, from the shoulder to the underbust, and from the shoulder to the waistline. I'm taking the nipple to nipple measurement, which is 8 inches. I divided by 2, that will give me 4 inches. So I'm marking 4 inches on the bust line, on the underbust line, and on the waistline. Going ahead to connect the 3 points with my ruler so I can have a straight line. Moving on, I'm using a neck width of 3 inches, meaning that I will have 4.5 inches left on the shoulder line. I'll divide that into 2, and from that point, as you see me do right here, I'll connect it down to the bust point. On the bust line, I'll be coming up by 4 inches and I'll make a mark right there. Moving on, I'll be going down to the waistline to take the dart, and I'll be using a dart of 2.5 inches, but I wouldn't be sharing it equally. I'm taking a 0.75 inches on this end, and on the other end I'll be taking 1.75 inches, making a total of 2.5 inches. I'll be doing same for the underbust, that's 0.75 on that end and 1.75 on the other end. Then move ahead to connect the points from the underbust to the waistline. I'll then connect from the bust point down to the underbust, just as you see me do right here. I'll do that for the other end, making sure that my French curve is properly placed to give me the perfect curve. I might need to move the curve around a few times to get the best positioning. So right here I'll be taking the horizontal measurements. I'm taking the bust span measurement and bust off. I'm working with a bust of 38 inches. Here I'm dividing what I have on the armhole line, which is 7 inches. I'm dividing it into 2, so I'm marking the points there, and from there I'll go in by 0.75 inches. I'll go ahead to connect this point to the shoulder line, just as I'm doing right here. From that same midpoint, I'll be connecting it to the bust span measurement that I took, like this. I want to take the underbust measurement, which is the 3 inches divided by 4 is 8.25. Then I'm adding the 2.5 inches for the dart. Please remember to always add your dart measurement back. I'll be doing the same thing for the waistline. The waistline measurement I'm working with is 34 inches divided by 4 will give me 8.5 inches. So I'm marking that right here, and I'll also take back the 2.5 inches for the darts, which is what I'm doing right here. All I'm doing right here is to just extend the lines, and from there I'll connect the points that I marked, the measurement that I took. I'll connect them together with my ruler. I'll be tightening the overbust from the 4 inches above the bust points that I marked earlier, and I'll be using 1.5 inches. I'll be dividing it equally into 2. That means 0.75 on the left side and 0.75 on the right hand side. Then I'll be connecting it with my curve rule. As I said earlier, make sure you place your rule properly so that you can get the desired curve. And of course I'll be doing the same to the other side. Next thing is to determine how deep I want the neckline to be. Here I'll be using 9 inches. Yes, from the shoulder, 9 inches. Right from that point I'll go out by 0.5 inches, that's half an inch, and then I'll make a rule like this. From the bust line I'll also mark half an inch and connect it to that point, just as you see me do right here. And from there, I'll connect it to the first dart leg on the under bust line. You can see how I'm turning the rule just to get the perfect curve. So it really doesn't matter how long it takes, as long as you get the perfect curve. On the bust line as well, I'll be going down by 2 inches. This is because my client's waistline at the front is 2 inches longer compared to that of the back. Could be 1 inch or 1.5, whatever you get, just come down from the bust line by that number. From the ½ inch that we marked earlier, you connect it to the first dart leg on the over bust line, just like this. You connect the second dart leg on the over bust line to the armhole. I'm turning the paper around so that it can be easy for me to cut through. I'll be cutting that line, that 2 inches that I came down by from the bust point. Please do not cut past the bust point. Now that I'm done cutting, I'm trying to close that part up. But if you're paying attention, you'll notice that it's really hard for me to do. And there's a reason for that. That's because for you to close up one dart, you have to open up another. So that is why you see me cutting open this dart. Did you notice how easy it is for me to close it up, unlike before? This is the essence of cutting open the other dart. So right now I'm going to go ahead to correct the unevenness around this measurement. I'm going to bring in my ruler right now to blend in so that I don't have any unevenness anymore. So right now I've done that and everything is fine. Moving on, I'm going to divide what I have around this armhole line. I'll divide it into 2 and I'll make a point there, as you see me do here. Then from that point, I'm going to connect down to the dart leg, the second dart leg on the under bust line, just exactly as you see me do here. After careful positioning of my curve, I'm going to connect like so. To avoid confusion, I'm going to number them because this thing after cutting out can be really confusing. Center bust and side bust, and I'm going to be putting an arrow to indicate that that is where I'll be joining. Pardon me, I would have to rotate the paper again so that it can be easy for us to see as I close the darts around the over bust line. I could actually cut this straight without closing this part, but I want to make sure that when I'm joining both sides, I don't have one side longer than the other. So I want to ensure that what I have here is equal. So I'm purposely doing this so to check if what I have there is equal. Watch carefully as I place one dart leg over the other, and you can see that it is properly covered. This could take a while. Please do not rush it. If it wasn't equal in the beginning, now you can correct it. I'm going to go ahead to determine the kind of neckline that I want. Because I want something like a queen and neckline, I'll be taking it this way. I'm drawing a line from the neck width down to the second dart leg on the over bust line. The next thing is to cut out. If you watched this video to this point, I want to say thank you. If this is your first time here, you're welcome. Do well to subscribe to this YouTube channel, and do not forget to click on the like button if you found this video useful. I'm sure that you're wondering by now that where does the Basque waistline come in. So right now, let us go straight right into that. Right here, get these two together and match them up. Go ahead to use a tape to close them up. Meanwhile, ensure that the lines connect while you do this. Right here, I'm using a paper tape to close this together. Once I'm done with this, I'm going to go ahead and get a fresh paper and I'll place this on it. When you're cutting this on the fabric, make sure that it is on fold. From the waistline, I'm going to be going down by 4.5 inches. You could do 4 inches, you could do 4.5, or you can go as much as 5 inches. It's fine. It all depends on how low you want it to go. Although I doubt that it will be convenient to sit if you go beyond 5 inches. So right here, I'm going to be drawing a straight line from the 4.5 inches that I marked down. From that point, I'm going to be connecting upwards to the waistline. That will give me something sort of a box. So right from the waistline, you connect diagonally to the 4.5 inches that we marked earlier. Right now, I'm using my marker pen to make the lines more visible. Once that is done, I'll go ahead and start cutting. Rather than using a pen cover to hold the waistline down like I did here, please use a paper tape so that it doesn't shift. It is very important you do so. So right now I'm going ahead to cut the excess that I have on the waistline. Remember that we did not add any seam allowance to this, so while you're cutting on your fabric, please do not forget to add your seam allowance. Right now we have come to the end of this tutorial. I hope you found it useful. If you did, please do not forget to click on the like button and click on the notification bell so that you get notified when I upload a new video. Till I see you in my next one. Bye.